week 7 goals. So, I got all the sealants finished. It shouldn't be leaking, but it is. The only place I found that it's leaking right here. It's leaking pretty bad, so I'm just gonna put more 200 to hope that works. But really, it's just not sealing very well. Even the 5200. Silicone didn't work. 5200 didn't work. Yeah, I don't know what to do if it doesn't work after that. Probably get new planter beds. A little disappointed, but it's okay. I was gonna rip this guy out last week, but there's little sprouts starting to happen again, so I'm glad I didn't do that. After I finish that, I gotta put the rocks in. And yeah. So, I'm about to leave for the day. This is Friday. I finished my goals, but there's a leak underneath of this now. Somehow, all this water, it's not coming from this leak I fixed, it's coming from a different leak. And there's a leak right here, so I gotta fix those. Unfortunately, I have to go right now. I have an appointment with Stetson, but I'll fix those when I get back. No leaks now. Oh, kind of frustrating, but wish we would have done the pipe over top draining in the first time. But next time I make an aquaponic system. Leak right there, you can see the water just dripping a little bit. So you're gonna take the 5200, what's left of it, and just goop it all up. So I let the system run for a while, and I'm finding more leaks. So I gotta bust out the 5200 and try again. So I finished my goal of fixing my fixes, I guess you could say, fixing my seals that I've done multiple times. It shouldn't leak now. I don't see any leaks, and I've been running it for a while, a little bit now. It's done a cycle, so we're good. But recommendation for anybody who wants to do an aquaponic system and chooses concrete mixers, not to put holes directly in the mixers, because the silicone and 5200 has a hard time adhering to this plastic. As you can see, look, I'm just peeling it off because of the friction. So what I'd recommend, if you go with the concrete mixers, to take a PVC pipe and go over it and have it running in so there's no holes. And so what I did is, to just make sure this 5200 seal wasn't gonna leak, which it isn't. I can see it's not leaking. I just put a little bit of water in there, enough so it wouldn't drain, and just let it sit for a week, and no water drips. So I'm finally able to run it. Just gotta clean it up and put the rocks in it, and that'll be good. But mainly what I learned this week is how hard it is to adhere stuff to this plastic. But yeah, I'm glad I completely finished my seals, and it's all basically up and running. I just gotta put some more plants in this one. It's definitely warm enough outside. Week 7 reflection for vlog. Okay. So first question for my reflection, backward looking, the interesting stories and just instances that are important to mention would probably be that I didn't get a lot done like that I wanted to. It was basically backtracking and doing what I did in week 6 and really in week 5. So I just want to mention that I felt like I could have done a better job focusing on getting the things that I needed to get done. But overall, I learned that next week I'm just gonna have to do more goal setting. Inward looking. How do I feel about this week's outcome? Personally, I felt like it could have went a lot better. because I did a lot of backtracking, like I mentioned, just going and fixing the stuff that I already was supposed to fix. So I felt like I couldn't get as much as I hoped to do because I was backtracking. But I didn't like that I had to backtrack at all. One thing that I am going to improve upon and forward looking for next week is that I'm going to stick with my goals that I set. Thankfully, we're going to be setting the goals next week and having the paper, and then Ray's going to check it. So that's going to help me with setting goals, and I need to find a problem for next week. Like, a different problem. I've been stuck on the same problem, and I finally have overcome the problem. So I need to find like another problem to tackle. Yeah, like my first week, for example, my first week was that there was the ick, and I got rid of the ick because that was like the most obvious problem. Then the next week I had a fish tank that died, and that was my obvious goal problem. This week it's kind of complete. There's little things I could do, but I could pretty much just let it sit and everything will be fine. So not that I'm going to find a problem, but I'm going to think of something I can do and learn from. And that's what I'm going to take from this forward-looking interview, whatever, is that I really need to find something to learn about. Not more like a goal, but just something I can learn about. But overall, even though I didn't get a lot done, I felt like I learned, and I'm becoming better at creating vlogs and learning in this way. So yeah, see you next week. Week 8. This is week 7. Next week will be week 8.